Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat. Fireworks, excitement. We got a lot to talk about today.
A lot to scoff about.
We got a lot to scoff about today. But before we get to scoffing, we got a little interview with one of our good friends.
Yes.
Who do we got?
Mr. DJ Vice.
DJ Vice. Back to work.
He finally got a job.
Oh my gosh. So things are opening back up. He's got a gig in Vegas we're going to talk about. But you guys are talking about your mile a day challenge.
Yeah, and he drops how many days he's been running a mile a day. It's insane.
Oh, he has like a really long record?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're going to start with that. And then we got a lot to talk about. Things are opening back up, continuing to open back up. It looks like we got a new date for when California is finally allowed to come out and play. Thank you, Gavin.
Gavin needs that restaurant res.
Gavin needs that recall to go away.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about shopping, online shopping in the last year.
Ching.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we can't afford a soundboard yet, but
We do have one. It's a makeshift one.
We're going to talk about online shopping, how much it grew. We're going to talk about retail shopping and where it's growing, but also where it's having some trouble. We have some big hedge fund talk here. We're going to talk about leverage. Don't know if you've heard of it, but Anand seems to think everyone should have access to it. We'll see. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about another SPAC.
Yeah.
SPAC.
And we're going to talk about what we think, I think we all agree on this, is ESPN being a little too overprotective of what their stars do.
Or they got played.
Or maybe they got completely played and the world's greatest entertainer wins again. That's it. And then we end with as seen on social. We talk about what we've seen on social media in the last week that you need to know about. That is it. Who is ready?
Me.
Let's get into it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, everyone. A special guest, friend of the pod, and friend just in real life for a very long time, probably 20 years now. And the inspiration for the Mile a Day challenge that we're currently running, my man, DJ Vice.
Yeah. Nice to be here.
Great.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, man. Well, I really wanted you on here because, I've been kicking off the Mile a Day challenge. I'm on day 6. We're still letting people sign up till the 15th of April. And how many days have you been doing this?
I had to ask Siri right before this call, and Siri told me I'm at 1,229 days.
So that's like 4 years.
It's creeping up, right? Creeping up on 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. This year will be 4 years, and literally I have not missed a day. Especially I drink D drinks, so people do bring that up. They're like, you had to have been hungover and just missed a day, and I have not missed a day.
You know what's crazy? The other day I was hungover. I think it was the 3rd day. I was like, man, this is off to a slow start. 3rd day, I'm hungover already. And then finally, just in the evening, I was like, it's only 1 mile. Let me just go do it. And then, you don't realize how quickly a mile goes by if you do run quite often. But I've been this is my day 6. I've done 5 days of 5Ks.
Wow.
Oh, you're doing 5K. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pushing it. You're definitely pushing it.
I want to get back into, quarantine. I don't want to be the guy comes back from quarantine 15 pounds overweight.
I mean, you're a dad though. I feel like you can get away with that.
I know, but it's still
No, you got to come back strong, man. You got to come back strong. You got to come back strong, dude.
Especially when
I'm on the same wave.
Yeah.
I'm on the same wave.
I think there's this last minute rush happening right now that shit, the country's about to reopen.
Gyms are open. You got to get back in there or else.
Yeah. And so you just told me something crazy. You finally have work. You've been unemployed for a while.
Yeah. I've been on a year-long vacation. It was a sabbatical. I took a year-long sabbatical.
You're a professor, Professor Vice.
I didn't even know what the hell a sabbatical was until I started meeting people that worked at Nike, and they explained what a sabbatical was. And I was like, DJs don't get a sabbatical. So when this quarantine happened, I've been telling everyone I'm on a year sabbatical as a DJ. So, but it's over. I'm back April 18th. I'm going to Las Vegas on a Sunday night for Marquee Swim. Hence, pool party. Hence, it's pool season. Hence, you should be running every day to get in shape for the pool season that we're about to be back at.
I know. I can't believe it. Just like the idea of a Vegas pool party just still seems so foreign. And now it's back. Like as quickly as all this stuff was taken away from us, now it's all back. Like, I mean, what are you hearing in Vegas? Like, are people out and about? Like, is this, what's it like?
So it's definitely going to be, not full capacity yet. I'm hearing that we're at 50% capacity. Tables could have 6 people. The larger Grand Cabanas could have 8 people. But what I do see that's wild is you could still get in the pool and splash the water. So like, I know there's chlorine in there, but I mean, it still looks like a pool party. People are splashing the water and throwing it in the air. And I saw some people spraying champagne. So it definitely still is going to feel like Vegas, of course, after a few drinks, you let loose no matter what. And
so what's your, so Vegas is, you just have your first gig in Vegas. Are you getting booked in other cities now?
Yeah, I just got back from Miami. I know. Is Pete's the big fan of Miami, right? Or who's the big Miami fan?
I don't think Pete's ever been to Miami.
I love Miami. What? Never been there, but it sounds like a great place.
I landed the day after all those videos went viral of like everyone was partying in the streets. It was wild, but I landed there and it was like quiet because they hit a curfew. So I did play a show on like 2 weeks ago, on a Wednesday at Hyde Beach at SLS Miami. And then the following day, I played another show with Carnage at the same spot. And then the next day, Miami shut down and they, like pool party. Yeah, outdoor pool party, people in the water, swimming, and table service.
Are you at fault then for the shutdown? Are we making that connection here?
Slightly at fault. Yeah, I did kind of get people like a little bit wild up. I mean, you got to see like when you get out for the first time and see a party, like an outdoor party, people, you can tell they've been caged up for so long. They're just acting crazy. Like, it's like you've been on timeout for a year. Like it's time to let loose. So yeah, people are acting a little wild. I can't, blame them for that. And I might have drank a little too much too. So.
It's funny. I don't remember seeing video of that pool party on your social media.
Yeah, because I decided to keep my camera away because I might have been too drunk to show like my first show back.
but do you also feel just like weird showing that? Because like I was just curious.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a sensitive time for some people. Everyone has their opinions, and I did post a picture of me DJing in Miami, and you definitely get the comments like, you shouldn't be out there yet. This isn't over yet. Blah blah blah. And I also say, well, I also have bills like everybody else to pay, and I have to get to work, So it definitely is still sensitive. But I think, with the vaccine rolled out and with us being, a lot more safer in the sense of being able to be at shows where, by the way, when you get to your table at these shows, you're supposed to stay at your table. So you can't be like mingling around. So you guys, all the guys out there, bring your own girls when you go to these parties right now until it opens fully. You're not going to get a table and try to go to the other table and meet the girls. Like you can't do that yet. There's restrictions to this.
That's interesting.
But I'm just happy that actually, a lot of DJs hit me today because I just announced this, that we're actually moving forward.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And so Miami and Vegas are the 2 places that are like back to booking parties. Is anyone else?
Houston, Texas, man. Houston is after it as well. Like I have some offers out there. I think Houston's full capacity already though.
150%.
Yeah, did you see the baseball game yesterday? Yeah. They were at 100% capacity. You damn right your pool party's going to be full.
Yeah, it was sold out.
Oh my
stadium.
gosh.
They put 40,000 people packed into a stadium yesterday. Not surprising.
What? Okay. So imagine that. I mean, yeah, I'm seeing Houston is opening up as well. Of course, everywhere in Texas. But other than that, yeah, those are the only spots. I have no offers in LA yet. It's still really quiet. I'm sure it's going to be a while till we could have any shows in LA. But man, I'm so ready to get back out there. It's been too long. My bank account's not happy with me.
Yeah. So, well, we don't have to worry about you getting a Peloton bike. You're going to continue on the mile a day challenge.
I'm continuing, I ran my mile when I was in Miami, and I was like the only guy on the Strand, like on the ocean front, like running with a mask on. Like I was the awkward one going down like South Beach with the mask on running. I'm still grinding away at it. This thing is it's muscle memory at this point. Like I don't know if it happens to you, but it just sticks in the back of your brain all day. Like I got to get out there and do that mile. I got to get it done. When? Now? Later? Maybe later. And then it's like some days it gets to like 11 p.m. at night. And I'm like, shit. Yeah. And I still get to that point at this far in.
Yeah.
But I get it done.
And I like the moment, as soon as I started this challenge, it's so different than our 75-mile challenge because I know I can run long distances, so I can make up if I miss a couple days. It's just like the anxiety throughout the day gets higher and higher if I don't finish it. I'm like, I'm trying to knock it out in the morning, be done. I feel great. And then I look forward to the next day.
There's moments where and just give people kind of a perspective how to even get it done. Like, the day I flew back from Miami, flew out of Miami, landed at LAX like at 7 p.m., was headed home, stopped to get a burrito, pulled over, was with two friends, ordered, and while we were waiting for the burrito, I was like, I'll be right back. And I knock out my mile. Like I run up, running through the streets around, I don't even know where we were. And I'm just like making loops and going around circles through a parking lot. And I come back and literally my burrito's there. Perfect. I was like, cool, done, mile's done. Let's eat. It's wherever you can fit it in.
Yeah, people are generally not time efficient, so that is a great example of being very efficient.
No kidding. I'm actually really efficient when I do my mile a day challenge because what I do is I just run 1 mile straight and then I get in an Uber back to where I started.
Why don't you run a half a mile and then come back a half a mile and save time?
No.
Idiots.
Way too much work.
Amazing.
Do you, Dee, though, since it's such a challenge that you've done twice now, do you see the benefits of it, like helping you show up in different ways? Like that you're accountable to show up every day for this mile, then you're like, well, if I could do this every day, then this ripple effect in my life might happen this way?
Yeah, what's interesting is as soon as the mile a day challenge started, I was like, all right, if I'm going to instill this discipline this month, I'm going to start looking at other things. So I said during the week, I'm not going to consume bread. I said, I'm going to also start doing push-ups again. It's just like adding things becomes a lot easier because I'm already doing one. So absolutely, that's definitely the case.
Yeah.
And it goes back to
that's definitely showed up for me.
Yeah, it goes back to just all parts of life too, that discipline. That's why I love the challenge because it's so important to have that in your life in general, not just for the purpose of working out or running, but just in life.
Yeah, the way you show up, I said it before, the way you show up for one thing is how you show up for, everything. So to be able to be accountable for this mile a day, the ripple effect is crazy. Like what else I've been able to accomplish and just know that I just have that thing in my back of my head. Well, if I can do that mile every day, I can get this other shit done that I need to get done.
I'm big on the tequila a day challenge too. Tequila a day challenge has been I don't even want to tell you my streak there.
Oh man, I gotta try that.
Decade strong.
I gotta try that. Definitely gotta try that one. I mean, as we look at Athletic Green sitting on the right hand side, there's the balance in life, right? The balance.
Exactly.
The balance.
Exactly.
Do you break a sweat in the mile? In 1 mile, do you break a sweat? That's a good question.
A little bit. It depends on the weather. If it's not hot, no, I won't.
Yeah. Okay. Because like you said, you're a long distance runner. You're more into getting the distance in. So I always wonder, but I actually have pinpointed down to 0.51. Like when I cross that half a mile, I can literally feel my pores open up every time.
Yeah.
So sometimes it smells like tequila. Sometimes it smells like, Chick-fil-A. Sometimes it smells, but I mean, it definitely I always know. So the other thing I always kind of feel good about by the end of the day with the mile a day challenge is I'm like, as shitty as my day may be, or whether I didn't get all the things I wanted to get done, I'm like, at least I'm going to bed knowing I did 1 mile.
Yeah.
It's just something in the back of your head that you feel like you accomplished something for your health, benefiting you in so many different ways.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining. Everyone go sign up. Head over to grandrunningclub.com. Sign up for the Mile a Day Challenge. We're giving everyone a free goodie bag once you sign up. And get out there and get those miles.
I still haven't even done my mile today.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah, I did it this morning.
Yours is done?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, mine's all over the place. It could be in the morning, it could be at the night, it could be in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I just never know. Yeah, but I end up always having like running shoes on all day now, which is
I'll tell
you
you.
just
So
never know when
I
you're
did a
not-
5K this morning. Maybe I did about almost 4 miles. I'm running down Sunset Boulevard. I get accosted by a homeless person, and
Okay.
she goes to me, "Shut the fuck up, you fucking F word that's derogatory. I will not say it," and kept repeating that to me. Then she kept walking toward me, so I ran in the middle of the street on Sunset. The cars are coming, and then I ran back onto the sidewalk. I was like, "Oh my god, this is going to be an interesting run."
Oh my God.
That was mile 1.
And you didn't report it. And you didn't report it on Citizen though, right?
No, I should have. Damn.
You had your
Shit.
chance at one shiny moment.
Since you have someone already approach you
With the
walking
machete,
your son,
yeah.
you live in a. I mean, you're doing good, but you live in the hood.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing good.
I do live in a
AKA Hollywood or West Hollywood. Yeah, the hood. One of the rough streets of West Hollywood.
yeah, exactly. It gets
No, but-
scary out there.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you
Yeah,
so
man.
much.
Well, I'll definitely be seeing this challenge all the way through, and I'm excited for all the new faces all over social media. So keep tagging it.
Yeah, and tag Vice out there when you're doing your miles.
Quick question: what is the
Sounds
grand
good.
finale?
Yeah.
What is the grand finale going to look like here? Are we doing an event?
Yeah,
Are we running?
Yeah, let's do a mile run on the last day together. Are you if you're in
Down,
town?
100%.
Yeah.
100% down. All right, let me check my schedule. I don't think I have any gigs. I think I'm wide open. Yeah. Oh, it falls on a Friday.
Yeah.
It falls on a Friday, April 30th.
Okay,
That's
let's
hot.
do it.
Yeah,
Let's do Friday morning at the beach
Friday.
or something.
Yes, I'm in.
And what we
That
can do
sounds solid.
is every like quarter mile, we'll have a shot of tequila set up.
Yes.
So it's run, shot, run, shot, run, shot. By the time you get it done, you should have sweated enough,
Yeah.
worked
Yeah.
out enough that you'll probably feel more drunk than you actually are.
Okay, Friday, April 30th. We're doing a run at the beach. Join us to do your last mile with us.
I'm in.
Okay.
That would be hype. I'm excited to be back out there.
Okay, amazing.
Anand also wanted to say he's on day 6 over here.
Oh wow, Anand's even doing it. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, a little round of applause. We're all clapping.
Yeah,
Impressive.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Impressive.
He doesn't want to brag too much.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
impressive. All right, everybody. I appreciate the love and support. Mile a Day Challenge Grand Running Club.
Thank you, brother. Wait a minute, Drama. What do you like to drink?
I'll tell you what I like to drink, and I actually forgot it today, is my Athletic Greens.
You always have a big jug next to you.
Big old jug every morning, and I was slacking this morning.
And what do you put in those jugs of yours?
Well, I put all sorts of different vitamins and minerals, all the good stuff here. I also, for me, I add a little bit of lemon juice, a little cayenne pepper, a little salt.
oh, Salt Bay.
Salt
You do it
Bay.
like that?
Both I do it just like that, yeah. And it really tastes great, and it's just incredible for your overall everything. Literally your immune system, your gut health.
Oh,
75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients. It's just great. And I don't know, but I
mix some
think I
almond
look
butter.
better. I think I feel better. Helps me on the golf course.
I
A lot of
learned
people have been
something
asking, like,
about you,
wow, how do
Drama.
you do so well on the golf course? Athletic Greens.
You're just all about strokes and jugs.
Strokes and jugs.
Yeah.
I stroke it, I chug it.
athleticgreens.com.
So there it is.
If you're looking to improve your stroke, head over to athleticgreens.com/group chat.
Yeah.
And we got a special offer for you.
What do we got?
What's our offer?
Oh,
You know
we
what
got
you're
free
gonna
D? Are we still getting offering free D?
Oh, yeah.
Sharpen your stroke and get some free D.
Yeah. Lock it in, babe. You're going to get a year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs when you sign up today.
Yeah, I put 2 little D drops in that bottle too.
Your stroke
wait,
and little
show me
D.
what
your
you do with the
jugs.
bottle.
Stroking with your jugs.
Yeah. I put two D's in there and just
Oh, that's 2 Ds.
go to work.
2 D's and a stroke.
Athletic Greens. There you
And get
go.
your 2 Ds in a stroke at athleticgreens.com/group chat.
There you have it. All right, back to the episode. I mean, we are back. I heard you guys. I walked in at the end of that interview.
Mhm.
I heard you guys talking about, I don't know when I'll ever be back for LA, but Vice has a show in Vegas.
Yep.
Florida, we know COVID never happened there.
Yep.
We California, all of us little snowflakes are back.
Yeah.
You know, we're late. It's better late than never. We limp in. You know, we're a little soft out here.
Yeah.
But it looks like June 15th, good old French Laundry Newsom.
So I think what's happening
We haven't
is
even said it yet. What's happening?
Well, we're back. I mean, he's saying we're back. He's
He's
saying we're
saying
fully,
June
15th.
fully
and
reopened.
that's the wrong date because it should be May. I've been saying, screaming
Agreed.
from the mountaintop
That's why he's recalled.
from freaking beginning of January. It should be May.
The recall passed, right? Or the signatures?
I don't think he's going to get recall. I think that's
There'll be enough signatures for a
guy.
recall election to happen. Whether he loses in the recall election,
Yep.
that's if Logan Paul can beat him. Maybe I
I'm
don't
into
know.
it. I'd vote for Logan.
I'd
This
vote for
guy's a
Logan
joke.
to me. One of the Pauls.
What are you waiting for, bro? Do you know what it's going to feel like by the time June comes around? It's going to feel like the rest of the country hasn't cared about Corona in years.
Did you see that Rangers game?
Yeah.
Texas Rangers had a
Yeah.
packed stadium.
Yeah.
40?
They said like
1,000.
UFC, they're about to start doing stadium.
As they should if you're vaccinated and you have had it and you have the antibodies.
And what, we're going to sit here in California and like be at some
Well,
weird 10% capacity? Fuck off, Gavin.
He could easily pull it up 30 days either.
Sorry, that
He
was a
could
little
easily pull it
aggressive.
up.
I'm sorry. While you're still in power, I just don't.
Yeah.
My apologies. Yeah, move it up, man. Move it. Make it to May. I agree with Governor Anand.
I think it'll happen fast.
It's going to be May. French Laundry, he likes the weather in June. He wants to get to a vineyard,
I hate this
get
guy.
some of that Cabernet.
This guy's the
I think
worst.
vineyards are open.
You're making us a freaking joke.
Vineyards
what I
are
mean?
open. But he wants to be able to do it without getting caught by the paparazzi.
When I moved to California when I was 18 years old, California was like the coolest thing in the world. I feel like we're looking kind of lame right now.
I think it'll be.
We'll catch up.
Well,
I think June
Similar-
15th.
as long as we
is-
don't have to be Texas or Houston.
I think they're putting June 15th because they're afraid of Memorial Day weekend.
Stop being afraid.
I'm just saying,
bro.
they're
It's
just-
over. People are going to be out regardless. You
Yeah.
can already see it.
The hospitalizations are down. Cases are down.
And the life is back in the streets a little, you know?
Oh, yeah. There's
Uh,
traffic.
Traffic was bad this morning.
Traffic is terrible.
I had to get on the 10405. It wasn't pleasant.
No, the traffic's bad. I sat in some traffic this weekend.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I did this weekend. I picked up a new sport. So it turns out I am an athlete.
Jerking off?
Well,
Jeez.
that is more of a quarantine sport. Now that things are opening back up, one thing that I think you guys know a little bit about me about this is I'm really good at like kind of the weird white guy sports. Darts,
Ping pong.
ping pong, beer pong,
Yeah.
a lot of
You got good hand-eye.
cornhole, hand-eye. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Turns out my new one, golfing.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm a golfer.
And so what does that mean?
So what that means is I went golfing once.
Was that your first time?
So I had to recap this with my parents because I was decent. And for a summer when I was like 14, I took golfing lessons, took like a golfing class.
I did the same when I was 12.
And I did decent. And I learned a decent amount and I retained enough. Like I could play and keep up. I wasn't just like hitting into a bush every time.
And who'd you play with?
Mikey Taylor,
Okay.
friend of the pod.
Is he good?
And that guy's got a fucking stroke.
Mikey Taylor's very good.
Nice stroke.
He's great stroke. Speaking of your first sport.
Great stroke.
He's a stroker. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Big time
Big
stroker.
stroker.
Major league stroker, possibly.
Daniel Duarte, who is a videographer, friend of ours, and Brian Atlas.
How are their strokes?
From the Dyrdek machine.
They good strokers?
Different range of strokes.
Yeah.
Brian Atlas has a new stroke. He's new to the stroking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's getting taught.
I've seen his
I have a
stroke.
few questions about
Yeah, his-
all you and your strokers because your crew all comes from the skate world.
Yeah.
And the skate world, if you told 16-year-old drama you'd be playing golf,
Yep. I'd
you'd
try
probably
to punch
beat
me in the
Drama's
face.
ass,
Yeah,
right?
all day. And that's what's funny is number one, that is 100% true. But number two, I think that there's something that like the skater mentality sort of like as you get older, I don't know if a lot of skaters know this because they probably just all hate this shit, but there's actually like a happy home for you in sports like golfing because it's like a single person,
Yeah.
detail oriented.
You can be angry by your own.
You can break your club.
Yeah, you could be an angry golfer.
Yeah, like I think Mikey Taylor, the reason he got so good is because it's that same skateboard mentality of like perfecting something alone, and then you get to kind of like compete against. But like team sports, we don't do well at.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
when you said you did well, walk me through that. What does that mean to you? Because I have a lot of friends who play golf. I don't play golf.
Here's what it looked like. I'll tell you what it looked like. There were 2 holes where I had to just walk away and be like, just give me whatever that is. 3 over. You know, I'm in a bush. One, literally a ball was in the tree and did not come down. That was 2 holes. 1 hole, I got a par on a par 4.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I would say the
So
rest.
you can drive the ball.
I can drive the ball decent.
He's got a nice stroke.
Got a good stroke. I'm lanky. You got to go to whip to me.
Yeah.
That's really impressive because the very little golf I've played, it's easy to hit the 7, 8, 9 irons. It's really hard to hit the drivers and like
4 iron.
the 4, 3 irons.
Yeah, so I'll tell you this. This is going to sound a little douchey. I mean, I apologize. But they were like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you hitting like this?
Yeah.
That is
What
what
is
you
that?
In a good
call
way.
beginner's luck.
I think it is. I think round number 2, I might come back in and say, guys, my golfing career is ended.
Because I believe that you can smash the ball far. That
I got a little bit of a slice to me, though.
But the problem is, I would think for a new person golfing, the ball's going everywhere. It's just going far, but it's going everywhere.
It was a little everywhere, but it wasn't like in the bushes. I wouldn't say it was always on the fairway. That was rare.
That's very impressive.
But majority of the time, I was a bogey or double bogey guy.
And I
And
also
what do you do after? Get drunk, throw some racial slurs around?
Well, that's Clubhouse. We didn't make it to the Clubhouse yet. Once you pay the membership,
you have to pay a memberbership fee before
Yeah,
you start
if you want to say the
slurring.
racial slurs, you got to pay
Yeah.
$100,000 a
I
year.
think the
Yeah.
racist
Yeah.
stuff comes with a membership fee. We were at a
And right
public
down at the bottom, you'll see all the slurs you can use
Yeah, in
now
this-
that you are a member.
for this fee.
For this fee,
You pay the platinum fee.
Yeah. You can say anything.
Yeah. No, we just hung. We had our golf carts. It was really nice. Had some little not White Claws, but little spritzers.
Oh, a little spritzer.
What?
Little White Claw type
And
thing.
you said
Seltzer.
you bought some polos. So where
yeah,
does a
so
guy
then-
like you go get polos?
He
So-
went to Malbon.
I did look at Malbon, but I went to Nike.
Okay.
I'm a
okay.
Nike guy.
You're Tiger.
I'm a
So
Tiger.
you went and got a red polo.
Yeah,
You did?
I did order a Red Bull.
Oh my God!
You need to wear that in here
I
one day.
cannot believe
I
you
wanna
did
see
red
it.
polo.
The fist pump's like, you got to go uppercut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to watch. So I instantly came home. So I'm like, okay, I could be into this. I instantly came home. I hopped on Nike. I got some polos, some slacks. You gotta get the stretchy, dry fit, slacks.
Nike.
Still looking for the right shoes, but Nike.
Yeah.
Nike slacks. And then
Got to have gloves.
I got a glove at the course. And then I'm going probably this evening. I'll probably go get a set of clubs.
Wow.
So here I am.
There you are.
Just a guy with a new sport. You know what I really noticed is
With some nice strokes and some woods.
just some friends all stroking together. I
Just a bunch.
I realized that over quarantine, I've always, we had a whole year where we did zero work at Young and Reckless.
And we got really good at ping pong.
We got really good at ping pong.
I'm talking incredible.
like drenched in sweat in our lobby, screaming at each other. Probably 2012.
yeah, the business went
4 to
down that
6
year.
hours.
Business literally went down that year. We had a really good year the year before. Business went down. We did nothing but play ping pong. Then I started getting into darts with our in the office. Then bowling, I would do every Tuesday.
yeah.
So I didn't realize how into like all these like single player hand-eye coordination things I am.
Single player white sports.
Yes, but I didn't do. It's called SPW sports. But I didn't do any last year.
Yeah.
I had no competition.
Golf would have been perfect during quarantine.
I
know.
think you
It
picked
was
the wrong
open the whole
time.
time.
I'm late. I
You
know.
should have
Yeah.
done 12 months ago.
I know you're right.
Because do you want to commit 4 to 5 hours
I don't know.
for an outing?
Let me tell you this. I've been inside for a year, so it was incredible. Being outside, like in the sun for 4 hours
Yeah.
and like walking around in grass was amazing. That'll probably get old.
No,
We'll see. Look,
I don't think
it
it
doesn't
does.
get old. Let me tell you, it gets real good.
It
I might
also
join a
depends
country
how
club.
competitive you get. Because from my friends who play golf, once they get the taste of being good, like, so you had the taste of like being
Yeah.
good. Now you're like, oh, I want to
yes, because we were
keep
betting.
going. Yeah.
Like at bowling, we used to bet every week.
Do they let tattoo people in country clubs?
Well, you got to cover them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you actually?
No. But I'm just guessing. Like I was asking my friends, like, how does all this work? Blah blah blah. And there is obviously, but like, if you're really balling and you love playing golf, you go join a really nice country club,
Yes.
and then all the homies get to come play.
Yeah.
And that's
Most of
listen. I can't imagine myself walking into my country club membership, but maybe that's where my future is.
Yeah, I feel like your future is there.
It's very very.
get you a nice.
He
Bel Air
walks
membership.
in, he goes, I don't know about those taxes here in California.
Right, guys?
I hear different things in the clubhouse.
Why are we doing a stimulus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why are we doing a
You
stimulus?
know who I
guys?
miss? Trump.
That's
Day
for
10.
golf.
It's
That's
like-
where golf leads into.
Yeah.
It's like one of those
a-
videos where it's like 1 week in the private
Yeah,
golf
yeah,
course,
yeah.
2 weeks in the private.
Yeah.
I love this golf course.
Yeah, I love this country.
I love
Make it great again. Oh my God. So anyway, that's my life. So any of our friends out there that are golfers, holler at me. I'm into it.
So it's a Saturday event.
Yeah.
I got a couple
I
guys that
get
golf.
some coaching. I need some coaching too. So if anyone out there knows any good coaches,
Okay.
I need to get
coach.
over this hump quick so I can compete with my friends.
I can coach you.
Wow. Pete,
sounds
I
a
like
scam.
Pete kind of cuddling with drama, showing him a nice swing.
Oh my God.
Showing him the
Nuts
throwing
to
the
butts.
throwing the
Swing
real
like
good
this.
He goes,
stroke. You know what I
okay,
mean?
Really,
the
just
motion.
stroke it now.
The motion of the ocean. Now I want you to stroke it.
Stroking.
Okay. And on that note, next
Okay.
topic.
wait, before we get in news,
Yes.
Blockbuster news.
Whoa.
What?
Me and Tim recorded the first
I
Pan
saw
Capitalist episode.
So for
that
a
going on
long
this
time,
feed?
there was a number 1 podcast and a number 3. They left the number 2 spot open. Now
Now we're the number 2 podcast in the world.
When's it coming out?
So we're gonna build it up over the next couple episodes.
You're gonna do a few.
No, we're
No,
gonna
no.
build up the hype, so people are anticipating the.
But when are you going to
the po-
release it?
I think we're gonna. So we'll do the Sunday pod, release it Sunday night. I think Monday afternoon. Boom, just hit them with it.
Double hitter.
Pan
Start off the week
capitalist,
strong.
wow.
Are you gonna do it on this feed?
We're gonna
Yes.
do both. We're gonna do a Pan Capitalist feed because
Feed.
Tim wants to be a star.
I get it.
They made that clear.
I get it. His management
once
said.
Yeah. We own 90%
You
of
see
your
the Bob
podcast.
Dylan?
You know that,
You do
right?
know that,
That's pan capitalism for you.
yeah, but I get all the money to edit it.
You get $60 an hour.
I was on the phone with
That's your
one of my
cap.
best friends this morning,
good.
who's
I'll
a
take
very
that.
successful technology person. He's like, I can't listen to group chat because I it's just too much of the same information that I consume all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm dying for Pan Capitalist.
I'm telling you, the market is big.
Yeah, market is
I'm
big.
telling you, man.
And he actually made the comment when Tim said, I think he shared on one of the previous pods, like, my friends wake up and how am I going to be happy today? He goes, I've never thought that once in my life. He's like, I've never woken up and be like, how am I going to be happy
If that's
today?
what I thought, I would never get out of bed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, right here.
Yeah, this is it. It's
Fine.
over.
Maybe 2 p.m. We'll circle back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, I can't wait to hear it. How'd it go? It went well?
It was great. We did, I think, hour 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
We got in a
Don't give it away.
Yeah.
Tease it.
Debate?
Tease it.
It's
yeah,
political.
we had, I mean, I think it was overall a very great conversation. At the end, we butted heads.
Through
We
slurs?
did.
No slurs.
Okay.
I'm surprised they didn't hear just like a screaming match going on.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
that
waiting
happened
for it.
after.
Yeah.
That happened after. We're going to release
Turn-
that next week.
Turn the cameras off.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some news. 2020, consumers spent $900 billion more
Yep.
on e-com
Yep.
than the previous year.
Insane.
Insane. Here's a few questions I have. Number one, I know that had to be like in a certain couple concentrated areas.
Yeah.
Number two, what do you guys think happens now that things start to open back up? Like, does some of that retain? Like, if you look at a graph of 2010 through, let's say, 2030, is there a jump that happened and sort of sustains, even though the growth rate doesn't sustain moving on? Or what do you think happened?
I mean, I think it'll depend on the category. Like, obviously, like groceries, that feels like a lot of it will be here to stay and sustain, because I think a whole new slew of people discovered I don't have to pay more money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, why would you go to a grocery store?
yeah, exactly. So I think there are people that enjoy it. It's a social aspect, and I get that. But I'll tell you my couple pieces of information from clothing retailers. Business is fucking booming at retail.
Brick and mortar,
Booming.
you mean?
Brick and good old fashioned brick and mortar.
Yeah.
There are people's businesses that are on fire.
I've heard that.
So
too.
I think,
But do you think that's the anti-COVID response? So
Yes, yeah.
just like COVID had the crazy surge in e-com,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now that we're allowed to go in
Yeah.
brick and mortar, and then it levels
I
off.
think everything levels.
I think it levels, but I don't think it's going to level this year.
I think
Christmas
that's
will be-
fair. I think
that's
especially
fair.
in states like, I mean, California and New York are effectively still relatively shut down.
Yeah.
So those are the two biggest economies in the country.
Like, I think Christmas this year, in person, Black Friday,
Yeah.
Back to the fist fighting.
yes.
That's what I want to see.
Yes.
I can't wait to see a good fist fight again.
Yeah, I think
Outside
we'll
of
be
Walmart.
fully in that aspect. But here's the thing: we're also walking into probably even more closures in that time period. In the last 12 months, think about how many stores closed and will never open. So now the supply is a lot less. Only the best survived. Like I was at a Target last week and I had to wait in line to pay.
Yeah, Target is on fire.
I mean, there's just people, and you go.
What made you go to a Target? What was the impulse purchase you needed?
Baby stuff.
Our mom wanted a roller to make what was an
Something with
Indian
dough?
dish? I forgot what it was.
Noodles?
No.
Naan?
Pizza.
No. Fuck, I forgot now.
Okay, well, a
Roti?
cooking roll.
Paratha?
Cookies.
A cooking roller.
Something to roll out.
Yeah.
Idlis?
Yeah.
No. Oh my God, I can't remember it now.
You should call her real
Well,
quick.
Target's your place. Look,
Yeah.
I think places like the Targets are going to just thrive.
Yes.
And then, we have this other article that at the same time, UBS predicts 80,000 stores are going to close by 2026. So, I mean, I just feel like what's going to happen is that the best are going to be bananas this year.
Yeah.
And the worst, especially if you already were trending in a bad way, then you just dealt with the last year. That's just going to speed up all those closures.
And, from really good retailers, they're opening up stores. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I think there are 3 Targets. There's a Target like Santa Monica and La Brea.
Yeah.
There's another Target a mile down on La Brea, like a huge one.
Yeah.
And then there's a Target at the Beverly Center.
Beverly Center.
And there's a Target. I mean,
There's a Target down, way down La Brea.
yeah, way down on La Brea. There's
There's that new one.
Yeah.
There's the new one right down the street.
Yes.
On La
La
Brea
Cienega.
and
There's a new one on La Cienega.
there's a new one on La Cienega.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one right down the street, like Wilshire and La Brea. And then there's one way down.
There's
also
Fairfax.
a brand new one on Sunset right next to the LA Fitness I go to.
Yeah,
A
those things are
4-level
crushing.
one.
where on Sunset and what?
Sunset and
So Target's on fire.
yeah.
Target's on fire.
By the way, it's a great one-stop shop. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize the grocery selection is
No, that was their big thing. That's the big shift they did 6, 7
Walmart
years
did it,
ago
yeah.
because they realized groceries was the only way to keep up when you're battling e-commerce because groceries are, impulse purchases. Like you just went and got something for food.
And
event.
then, I went and got the roller. Then I was like, I needed agave for my margaritas. I picked up some agave.
Yeah.
Trash selection there. Sorry, Target. And
Things to improve on.
Target
Yeah.
listens.
yes,
Target's
there's
a
someone
fan
who
of the
works
pod.
at Target that listens, and your agave selection is horrendous. And but yeah, you just start all of a sudden you're picking up 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
That end up spending like $100.
Yeah.
For no reason.
And they also had a lot of success. They pivoted really well into the order online, pickup
Yeah,
curbside.
they're so good at that.
Yeah, they started using their stores, their inventory at their stores as online inventory.
Yeah.
So you could look online and be like, oh, there's 3 available at this thing or blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And
Are
you
there,
could just go pick it up.
you know what I've noticed also in Targets and in these like superstores,
Mhm.
there's a Starbucks in every single one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally every single one has
Yep.
a Starbucks.
Yeah.
So like I went to this one and there was just people getting their morning coffee
Yes.
Yeah.
at the freaking Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do that in
Walking
Ohio. Even in Ohio, the Starbucks in Ohio by my house has, by my parents' house has a Starbucks. That's where I go in the mornings
That's
when
interesting.
I'm there. Yeah. But look, I think that those people are going to absolutely crush. I think spending in general, I think people are just feeling good. They want to be outside. They're now more used to getting certain things online. Maybe they're back to work. Maybe they're just feeling like they will be back to work. They're just spending. And then the people who are having trouble, I just think are going to get wiped out.
Because the people who stayed employed during the pandemic
Yeah.
saved money.
Yeah.
You didn't
you
go
didn't
on
do shit.
vacation. You didn't
Yeah.
go to restaurants. You didn't do anything.
You made money.
Yeah. I mean, by your normal
You probably cut spend by
flow,
30%.
Yeah, you're going to just go nuts. Plus, there's people with stimmies and.
Yeah. Other big
Unemployment.
news. Your boy got his stimmy.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did it all go?
Let's
Your
give
boy
it up for this
Stimmy.
frickin'.
You should change your Insta.
To Stimmy Pete.
Your boy Stimmy.
Your boy Stimmy.
Yeah.
Might be the new one. But yeah, my mom texted me a photo the other day. She goes, your Stimmy came.
And
Hey,
so
did
what,
yours come, Stim Gamash?
Yeah, it went
Still
directly
come-
to the taxes I owed because this is a freelance position.
Yeah. That's
Paying
it.
capitalism.
Yeah.
What'd you do with your 14?
I haven't really done anything with it yet.
That shit's going straight to a bartender.
Yeah.
You should just go out and buy a bottle. Go
That's
to
a
Harriet's.
bungalow.
One
yeah.
bottle.
One bottle.
Yeah.
Model.
Go to Harriet's, buy one bottle.
Let me tell you.
60 minutes of fun. Get the fuck kicked out.
He'll be in the corner.
Trust me, I don't
Yeah,
need
yeah,
Harry.
in the back corner.
I can
yeah.
go to Buffalo Club and get like 10
Okay.
bottles.
Okay, next up. Hedge fund Archegos
Mm-hmm.
imploded. Margin call caught up to him, couldn't cover it, imploded.
Mm-hmm.
How common are people that are over leveraged like this and that are one kind of bad turn away from complete implosion? Isn't over leveraging kind of a problem?
Yeah, very common. I would say most funds, because this guy, Billy Wang, was an individual managing his own capital.
His own money.
It was his own money.
Was this guy was kind of shady though, right? Didn't he have some shady things? in
Yes,
his
he
past?
got caught with the insider trading thing when he was at Tiger.
So then he got banned from having a.
Investors.
Exactly.
So he did his
couldn't-
own money.
He couldn't get investors.
Got
Stevie Cohen had to do that too. But then you pay your parking ticket, you wait a little bit. Now Steve Cohen can raise money
Got it.
from outside capital.
Got it.
And I guess he just hasn't hit the time threshold where he can raise outside capital. So he put up, I think it's like 5 to 8 billion of his own money and levered it up to like 20 billion, 18 to 20 billion between different banks.
He fooled
So-
all these banks.
Yeah, so he goes to Morgan, he goes to Goldman, he goes to
He took credit from all of them.
UBS,
or
takes
something?
credit from all of them, and
I mean, this
took
doesn't-
positions and didn't actually buy the stock of these companies. He bought synthetic swaps of the stock
Okay.
so that he could mirror the position without actually being on the cap table because he didn't want to
Move the
disclose
price.
himself.
Yeah.
Because at a certain threshold, it gets disclosed.
At
5%.
10%.
10%.
10% they have
5
to
and
disclose.
10%.
So the fact that synthetic swaps even exist is insane.
Insane.
Well, it's absolutely insane. This is like criminal what this guy did. And
Is
so
it
many people
criminal by him or the banks that allow it?
and also, isn't the same structure for the most part allowed, and
Yes.
most funds do it?
Oh no, everyone's doing it. That's not the problem. The problem is that like it's only been available to billionaires. It's not available to
No,
you
no,
and
it's
I.
not. No, of course not.
You and I want to go get
We're
levered
not
up.
smart enough.
No, we don't have the money.
No, that's what they want to tell you.
Yeah.
You're not an accredited investor, whatever.
Yeah, accredited Billy Wang. You're a scammer.
Billy Wang, man. So, but I mean, this could happen.
Yeah, and so what happened was he had all these positions in all these companies. One position he had a huge position in was Viacom. Viacom comes out and releases that they're going to sell more stock to raise money. The stock tanks, which triggers.
Well, it doesn't even tank by that much. That's the point. The point is that all it took was like a 3 to 5% swing in the stock to force Viacom to go down 20% because all the banks had to unload these billions of dollars of positions.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part. It has nothing to do with Viacom had some news. Viacom stock got cratered because
Everyone had to sell.
Everyone had to sell.
Yeah. So what do we do? Nothing?
No, I mean nothing's going to happen.
Keep the party going.
Okay.
Let the bankers take their fees. You're going to get Billy Wangs that like get smoked. You're going to get a Billy every quarter.
Is there ever a big smoking where some sort of regulation changes?
No, because this happened in the late 90s with long-term capital management. And they almost cratered the entire currency.
The world.
The world.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
So
Yeah,
here's
lever
what
it up.
I think it was 5 to 10 billion long-term capital management, and they levered to $1 trillion.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like $1 trillion.
Lever that shit. All right, man. Keep the lever going.
And what I think is gonna happen though, because like I end up listening to a lot of these DeFi crypto kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
All this shit is coming to a peak near you.
The ability to lever.
Yes.
Like in crypto, you think that?
Yeah, I think like what the DeFi market will do is allow a Pete to get levered up too. And
that's
so,
dangerous.
Which
If
is-
you take like already what's happening with like options trading and shit on Robinhood, you had like mega leverage access to people.
Yeah,
like
but
that?
but like at least that's here's the difference. Pete could lever it up and hit a home run, or Pete's back in Wisconsin. Billy Wang's playing the same game.
Yeah.
What's the real difference between Billy Wang and Pete?
But who's on the hook with the credit? Who's on the hook if Pete bankrupts himself?
Yeah.
who's on the hook?
Yeah, the probably the stakeholders of that crypto coin that lent the money. But the idea here is you're going to have billions of people that are part of this network. So it's a very shared loss amongst a group of people. But I think that's ultimately...
What if they're just all losing?
No, there's going to be people that hit home runs.
80% losers.
Yeah, there's going to be your Wall Street bets or like those types of dudes that are going to go lever up.
Here's the ethical and moral dilemma. Why should Billy be able to have access to this and Pete not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think DeFi will fix that.
Well, the only part that makes sense is the Billies of the world. They don't have $1 trillion of it, but they have assets in theory.
But he
was completely over. He was.
What's he levering against?
Against
what's the credit again?
Against his $5 billion of
cash.
$5 billion, yeah.
And,
yeah, okay.
and the
So
thing
if he
is,
has
like,
$10, he should be able to lever
to 1,000.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because
that's hot.
Yeah.
The banks all
Well,
knew
if
there's
this Doge
no
hits
way.
$1.
And what's crazy is no one's heard of this guy. He's completely in the shadows. How many Billies are there?
Oh, there's so many.
But let me ask you this: if Pete went to go get a line of credit right now, could he get anything?
Zero.
Zero. Personal loan?
No.
For
no
what?
chance. That's the whole point of
that's
DeFi.
his leverage. Does he have any option?
No. That's
He
why
credit card.
That's
a
why
credit card that charges 25%.
What's the interest rate for Billy Wang? 1%?
1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
18 billion at 1.5, and this guy's paying 25% on $500.
Yeah.
But damn, imagine like what already happened with just credit cards. Like if everyone had the ability to use credit, whatever. I mean, look, everyone should have the right. But damn it, it just sounds scary.
But you're gonna have winners and losers like anything in life,
content.
and like.
I think
we
have
allow gambling. Sports gambling is a zero-sum game. That's fucking That's the most dangerous thing we allow people to do.
Yeah.
From with their money, and no one says anything about it. I'm like, Pete can go bet $500 on a game and lose it in 2 hours.
I legitimately, I don't know. We might need to take this out because I don't gamble on a legal book. But
you would have been fine until you said that.
Yeah, well, sorry. Okay. Well, I gambled on this online casino, and in a matter of literally 15 minutes, I lost $200.
Yeah.
In literally 15 minutes of playing blackjack. And it was,
why can't you get levered up and go buy Dogecoin?
I can't get levered up and lose $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
that's the problem though. Like people would lever up their freaking Barstool sports book.
Yeah, but
don't you?
I get it
what's
though.
the difference?
I'm with
but
you.
don't you think?
I think
someone like Pete, if he levered up his $500, lost $2,000, meaningful to him.
Yeah.
He'll learn his lesson.
Yeah.
On the next 500, be like, oh man, I got smoked. A perfect example, beginning of quarantine, we were doing behind closed doors. Pete decided to be an NBA gambler during the bubble.
Yeah.
Got smoked. You know what he doesn't do anymore? Gamble on the NBA.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I did the same
You know what
thing.
I do gamble on? College sports because I'm a fucking shark.
Okay, there
No,
you go.
well, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Talk to you in 2 weeks. I remember there was one fraction of a season where I tried to get in on Dee's football gambling.
Oh my God.
And I had like 3 Sundays where I was like, I love football. And then
The rest
the day I had to hand over a stack of money. I
Yeah.
didn't love football
That's what
anymore.
I'm saying. Like the market, people, the market corrects itself. People will lose money the first time, then they'll go learn, they'll figure it out. It's what happened with the stock market the last year, where it was like, oh, Joe Public's gonna, and then Joe Public brought down the house for a day.
So
and then scared everyone.
we don't have regulations on how individuals in this country spend money. If Pete wanted to take his paycheck and go to the bar and spend it all on one night, he's allowed to.
Yeah.
Why can't we allow them to trade like the elite trade?
Yeah. But don't you think that maybe the right move is to stop the elite from trading that massively over leverage? If you had to choose one, either everyone gets leverage or we have to tighten up how much.
So the argument against that, and I'm not saying it's the right argument, but this is the argument from like finance people, that all these different instruments, these swaps and all this shit creates so much liquidity in the market because it takes these random one-off events. Like there's not a lot of Billy's getting smoked the way he got smoked.
Yeah.
It happens once in a while and it's just like, it's part of the game because it creates so much liquidity so that the cost of capital, so Billy can keep borrowing at 1.5%. Because if you eliminate the liquidity, Billy's now paying 6% and he's like, I'm not going to do this. Then liquidity just comes out of the public markets and everything just gets more expensive to even trade. So we've created a monster and we're just basically accepting that there's going to be Billy's coming in. Viacom's going to get smoked by 25%, which it should not have because Billy was over levered and had nothing to do with Viacom's financials.
Yeah.
I like that his name is Billy and he's blowing Billies.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I mean, to be clear, it's related to the same thing that happened with GameStop, right? Where they
Yes.
drove the stock up and all these people were over leveraged and got their margin calls.
By the way, GameStop stock is really holding on.
Well, again, another thing I don't understand.
You still in? No. How's Doge looking?
I mean,
What's your portfolio? We had this conversation.
Yeah, we need to know.
Buy and hold.
I mean, I've seen this on Warren Buffett. I've seen it on different people. I want to know what Pete's updated
I've diversified into a bit of crypto and then about 3 or 4 stocks right now.
Okay.
Well,
What are your 3 or 4 stocks?
Yeah.
Let's hear those.
Go over it real quick.
Why are you being so...
One of them is Buzz,
Which is what?
ETF.
Oh, you bought the Barstool Sports.
Yeah, I threw a little bit in there.
Nice.
Then we have, of course, none other than Coupon.
Okay.
Big and
Loyal.
Coupon. Waiting for Coinbase because I'm throwing the rest of my money into Coinbase.
Okay.
April 14th.
Yeah. What was the other one? Then I have Doge, I have Algorand, and I have Sushi Swap. Of which 6 months ago, if I would have said those words out loud, I would have thought I'm at a like a restaurant.
No Bitcoin, no Ethereum. You choose Sushi
Oh,
Swap.
actually, I
and-
have $10 of free Bitcoin from.
Signing up on
So
Coinbase.
you prefer the high risk. You're looking for the next sushi stop to like really blow up.
And you said Penn is in your portfolio?
Penn is in there now too. Bought the dip today.
Did you buy it because Dave Portnoy said, I fuck buy the dip?
No. Well, yeah, he fucked, and
That's
then there
what
was
he
a
said.
dip.
He said what?
So
I
another
fuck?
sex tape leaked
Oh,
today.
okay.
And he said, sorry, I fuck buy the dip. The stock's down because the sex tape leaked.
Yeah.
And he did a video.
Yeah. Why? Regardless, buy the
great.
dip.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
I'm just a shark here too.
Doge, don't forget the tattoo thing because I'll never forget.
Yes, Doge is looking good. We're up to 6 cents. It is now past 6, which is good because it held on 5 for a while. But
Okay. All right, let's get an update on what's going on in SPAC land.
Yeah.
Spack it up.
SPAC it up. So Tops, the trading card company, looks like they are going to be going public through a SPAC. It's a deal with Mudrick Capital.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. New SPAC. Also, trading cards. A lot of buzzwords here.
Yep.
What do you think?
I mean, so why not? Who cares?
It's just a why not situation, right?
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Just whatever. Tops can go public. They can SPAC it up. Baseball cards are hot. You know.
Michael Eisner is the owner of Tops.
I don't think so. Is he?
Is that a different Eisner?
I think it's different.
Wow. He said he's chairman.
He bought it,
That's
So
unbelievable.
SPACs have fallen
right?
out
Is
of
that
favor.
the same Michael Eisner?
I don't know. The Disney Michael Eisner you're talking
Yeah. Eisner bought Tops in 2007 for $385 million.
He said the company today is exactly the same financial position that Disney was in 1984.
That's
to
got to
the
be.
dollar. If we do 1/10 as well as Disney, I'll be very happy. You think Tops is going to be Disney?
So that's Michael Eisner.
Well, you guys don't have a mouse.
Where's the mouse?
you're delusional if you think that's
Yeah. So it's the same Michael.
SPACs have fallen out of favor in the public markets.
I mean,
So
yeah.
the pace that SPACs were happening in January and February, fallen off a cliff. And I think it's a good thing because all it took was someone who's a good marketer and a good name to raise, $1 billion to go buy a company, and whether they actually acquire a company or not. I don't know. Let's see if this gets done.
Does the
Cards are
WeWork
hot.
one get done?
Which one?
WeWork. There's a full documentary out.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
The Hulu one, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
I
this
didn't
week.
know he had, I don't know if he canceled, but he has a pretty thick accent.
From where?
Israel.
Oh. Okay, well, I can't wait to watch it. But you're telling me there's going to be a full documentary. This is like Firefest documentary coming out and then selling tickets the next week and people buying them.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
It's unbelievable. And they're speaking of, there's a couple more finance news. Coinbase released their earnings
Mm-hmm.
after the bell today.
So
And-
it's a very unique situation because I don't know how the other direct listings have happened, but I can't recall when a company releases their earnings the week before they're going public.
Well, because they were good.
I think theirs was just a FU, like putting their nuts on the table.
Yeah,
and
'cause-
saying, like,
That's great.
Yeah, because in most cases, it's trickery.
yeah.
You know, like you don't want to. All the IPOs this year, with the exception of like maybe less than 10, the numbers are fucking horrendous.
Yeah, and the growth rates will compress.
Yeah, and everyone got their COVID bump, and that was it. Where Coinbase came out, their numbers for Q1 showed $1 billion plus of profit, crazy volume. I think it went up like
1.1 billion of EBITDA in the first 3 months of 2021. To put that in context, they did $1 billion in revenue of all of 2020.
Yeah, so
Damn, really?
In revenue, and then that's profit.
What was revenue in first quarter? Does it say?
Yeah, it says that.
It says,
1.8
give me.
billion?
So they're all profit.
They're all profit.
Yeah.
They're the only tech company that's this profitable.
Actually profitable.
Dumb question here. Where does the fee come from? From the
Trading.
trade?
Transactions.
Yeah.
And then large institutions who hold money in Coinbase pay a marginal fee. Individuals get higher fees. Large
You know where they make
institutions-
their money off the Pete's of the world that are spending $100 a trade? It's like 5%.
In and out.
Yes.
In and out.
Yeah.
They love the in and out.
Yeah, in and out.
Because like it's so expensive if you do like, so I had recurring daily deposits for like a month, and then I looked, I'm like, the fees are so freaking high, so I changed it to like a monthly lump sum because I was like, why am I paying all these stupid fees?
Yeah.
And then I think if they have 56 million accounts, if millions of accounts are doing that daily and they're just making $5 off each dude,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
just
realized that really quick.
So at the end of last year, they had 43 million users. They have 56 million users now. Monthly transacting users, 6.1 million users. Assets on platform, 223 billion, represents 11% of the entire crypto asset class.
Yeah. Where is everyone else holding all their shit?
Well, a lot of it's
Binance.
international.
Yeah.
Majority of crypto is international.
Yeah.
So Binance and all these
Whatever
other
in those countries.
Are all the like day-to-day trade, like just average retail traders or buyers of Bitcoin in the US, is that all like Robinhood and Coinbase?
Wait, what's the question? Sorry?
Like retail crypto buyers in the US, is that all Robinhood and Coinbase?
I would
You
say
know-
majority is Coinbase.
Yeah, and then and I think
Because you're not technically owning crypto on Robinhood.
Yeah.
It's a synthetic.
But do
You're
you
doing
think-
the Billy.
yeah.
100%. But do you think that a lot of like Pete, is your stuff on Coinbase or Robinhood?
Coinbase besides Dogecoin.
Got it.
Because I don't want to get out of my position. It's really good.
That felt better.
You
synthetic.
know, a lot of people. There was.
Oh, you don't want to close out your position.
Right.
That's why. Got it.
You know, there's a lot of people that also have purchased via Cash App Square.
Oh yeah,
and
got it.
PayPal.
Got it.
So
I was trying to wrap my head around
there's
who
like
else did it.
billions of dollars sitting in PayPal and Cash App now in crypto.
Got it.
Like PayPal released a number. It was like fucking huge of how much
How many
money
people?
have just converted their cash into crypto.
I believe it. And this, like, I think it's really hard to conceptualize the importance of the moment of Coinbase going public
Mhm.
because it's the United States of America, the biggest economy in the world, putting their stamp on crypto by allowing it to go public in the US public markets, that this is part of the American economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time the
Yeah.
US government has introduced a new asset class of this scale? It's a $2 trillion asset class.
Yeah. What's Billy Wang thinking?
Billy's probably
Billy
levered
Wang's like,
up.
God
Yeah,
damn
Billy's
it.
probably already bought 10 billion of crypto with no money up front.
I mean, just someone who's just been following this and being a part of this for so long, the number of people in finance who told me Bitcoin was a scam, you're going to lose all your money,
Yeah.
like very smart people. Very
Fine
smart
people.
finance people.
Fine people.
Fine people.
Finance people on all
Fine
sides.
finance people.
I'm sure now they hold crypto.
And they all did. They laughed at me. They scoffed at me.
Did they
told
actually
me it was
laugh?
a joke.
They went, ha ha ha.
They
ha,
smirked.
smirked. But-
Scoff.
Oh,
It was
they
a
hit you
scoff.
with the scoff.
But they
They
didn't
gave a
laugh.
scoff.
Oh my
No,
God.
it wasn't
anyone-
funny enough because it wasn't even big enough for them.
It wasn't a visible laugh.
Yeah, it was a scoff.
Good luck there, buddy.
And now you look at Coinbase has more profits than everyone except for Google and Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, now you get to scoff.
You
You
gotta
just be-
laugh.
if I was you, I'd just be scoffing around.
Jamie Dimon, public enemy number one, JP Morgan. 4 years ago said Bitcoin's a complete fraud. He said his daughter, who I think went to Harvard Business School, your alma mater, or you only went to undergrad, or you did both?
Do you remember?
We do undergrad.
Yeah, you
Got it.
And would publicly say in interviews like, yeah, my daughter thinks she's rich because she has some Bitcoin. Bitcoin's stupid. Bitcoin's stupid. JP Morgan, he's still the CEO, is the most forward on crypto in all of Wall Street.
But you have to understand this, why those people are in power.
They keep we talk about this in Pan-Capitalists.
Yes, yeah.
They want the velvet rope. They don't want new people coming in.
Look at
Guess
Anand
what?
already referencing his other pod. We talked about
even
this
out
on my
yet.
other show.
Yeah, my other show that hasn't released yet.
My other Netflix.
For a deep dive, check it out on Monday.
But that's what finance people were so scared of. They don't want us to be part of this whole new world of finance.
When that was happening, they went and built positions. They found a place in the market. What they're saying publicly and what they're doing privately, they don't want to scare.
Yeah, they're probably suppressing the price so they could go buy it privately.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's all part of the game. Like I'm sure they had their doubts in the beginning and laughed at it. Then they saw the number of money, the number of dollars going into the market, and they were like, okay, time to ride the wave. They don't care. You want it to go up, you want it to go down.
You know what I love about like the real crypto OGs? I was privy to a meeting with one of the premier crypto guys in the world. I'm not going to say names. And with one of the most premier hedge fund guys in the world.
I know this meeting.
And the crypto guy literally was mocking the hedge fund guy. He goes, ha ha, he did the scoff before Bitcoin was hot.
Yeah, the scoff is about to change hands.
You Wall Street guys don't actually understand. Because the hedge fund guy goes, I like blockchain, but I really don't understand Bitcoin. And the crypto guy gave him the ha ha, you Wall Street guys, we have memes about you guys.
But did he explain it to him? So
Yeah, he said it.
He said that to his face?
Yes, I saw it firsthand.
How did hedge
The
fund guy
memes?
respond?
He said we have memes about.
Did you see the
types of
memes
guys."
though?
Does he know what a meme is?
Yeah, he didn't bring out the meme.
He said, here's a meme that we have about it.
No, but he was like, they're one of the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Either blockchain and Bitcoin, if you believe in blockchain, then you believe in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You can't believe one and the other. And the Wall Street guys, those scoffing motherfuckers, are getting served next week when this damn IPO
Problem
comes
is
out.
capitalists on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the big fund's participation on the stock when it releases. Like they'll have to get exposure at that size.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what's funny is they'll probably be able to legit justify investing in Coinbase, but not
I
crypto.
understand
That'd be the
Coinbase,
first-
but I understand Bitcoin.
Great business. Yeah. Right? I bet you there'll be people who will invest in Coinbase but
'cause-
wouldn't invest in crypto.
Well, to be fair, if let's just then it's like a number of dominoes have to fall for that, for the full acceptance. Coinbase shows it makes money. So your hedge fund guy, your fund manager, be like, this company makes a lot of money. I have to invest in it.
Yeah.
I don't even need to understand the technology. You make $1 billion of profit in a quarter, you know how to make money.
Totally. But it's if you accept that the company makes money and is viable and will continue to make money, then you accept that the product they are selling is also viable.
That will happen later.
Yeah.
But I think the first step is like, they're going to see just fucking company makes so much money.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, a lot of scoffing going around, and I think the scoffers and the scoffies
I have
are
something
about
to
to
scoff at
switch hands. Scoff
before
it.
we
Scoff of
Since
the
we're all
week.
vaccinated, let's just scoff and get
Let's just
particles everywhere.
scoff.
I have a big scoff. There's a rumor Clubhouse is going to raise a round of funding at a $4 billion valuation.
That's a scoff.
You don't say it when you scoff. Listen, man, Clubhouse is hot.
I mean, if
That's
you're
a fucking
if
joke.
you're a fund investing at a 4x markup 3 months after they raised it $1 billion, when installs are down by 73%, you deserve to be scoffed at.
Scoff. Give him another scoff.
I mean, I'm
Scoff?
Yeah, scoff.
Oh my God.
I mean, it is a joke. That is a fucking joke. And the thing they announced yesterday, that payments, this just tells you that they don't get what's going on. Clubhouse went and did a deal with Stripe where you can now pay people that are speaking on Clubhouse.
Like tip 'em?
Like a tip 'em. Great feature. Why not, instead of, that piece is interesting, focus on finding talent and paying them.
Yeah.
That is
trillion%.
way more important.
These guys don't understand that.
Yeah.
They think the product is so good, it will be adopted by
Yeah.
the right people.
Yeah.
Not, you got to tip this, put your hand on the scale a little in the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you still listen to Joe Rogan?
No. I don't. I
Well,
sometimes.
why?
Because it's on Spotify. I don't listen to Spotify.
So I was dying for some content yesterday, and I haven't listened in, I think, at least 2 months because of the same reason.
Yeah.
So I found one that looked interesting. This guy named Eric Weinstein,
Yeah, he's great.
the Thiel Capital managing director.
Yeah, yeah.
And they shitted on Clubhouse for the first 20 minutes of the episode. Yes. Joe Rogan was like, I think Eric Weinstein's big on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And he asked Joe Rogan, do you think it could disrupt podcasts? And Joe Rogan gave him a scoff. He gave him a big scoff.
See, that you can't have that. You got to pay Joe Rogan to never scoff at you.
Yes.
You pay the biggest guy in the game.
I miss him. He's really freaking smart, Joe Rogan.
I know, man. And I hate to say it. I just am not. I know this is also not a popular opinion. I'm not a Spotify user.
Yeah.
I just am habitually
I
use.
scoff at that.
I know you do. Scoff. I use Apple Music and
Yuck.
I know. I understand.
I'm saying
But I can't.
that's why I don't even know who's on Joe Rogan.
And I'll even see, because obviously Spotify allowed him to start posting the short clips to YouTube. So I'll see a clip. Like he did a interview with Marcus Luttrell, who's the real guy from Lone Survivor, the real soldier who, and I thought that was like probably really interesting. And I was like, I'm definitely listening to that today. But just getting in my car and remembering to switch over to Spotify, I don't listen. I haven't listened to Joe Rogan in months.
Wow.
I've lost 10 pounds of muscle mass. I've
You're less
I eat
hydrated.
less meat. I'm significantly less hydrated. Haven't listened to.
But yeah,
haven't
they were
watched
shooting
UFC.
on Club. It was obviously they're all 3 hours. I probably got there an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Intermittently just shitting on Clubhouse for the first hour and a half.
So stupid.
I mean, talk about a quick turn, man.
I saw a guy on Facebook that I'm distant friends with. Just a regular dude going around his day.
Teaching a course on Clubhouse.
No, he's just shitting on it.
Oh.
And he's not in technology. He's nothing. He lives in the Midwest. I knew him from clothing. He's in a different industry now. And he just goes on a rant on how stupid Clubhouse is. And I'm just like, this is just a regular. And then I go read the comments. Now I'm in like the comments and everyone's like, this is useless. They like hate it.
People hate it. People really hate it. It's
Like,
weird.
It's gone from like the most transformative potential thing on
Yeah.
earth in social media to the most hated platform.
It really is.
Like people are like, Mark Zuckerberg's pretty good. Facebook's nice.
Yeah, let's give her.
yeah. It's so weird.
I mean, we could do if you want to do a graph, look at metropolitan traffic and Clubhouse usage.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the
100%.
opposite ends.
Plus, trending right along with that is the fact that they just do not. The content is bad.
No, yeah, it's bad.
Like if I'm in my car, so I was in my car for damn near 2 hours today. Would I rather listen to a structured podcast that I know I'm going to get information I enjoy, or some random shitheads talking?
I don't know.
No.
You were Clubhouse's biggest fan.
Me
You were
too,
going to roll
man.
your Coupang stock right into Clubhouse
Yeah.
and be the jackass at $4 billion.
Imagine Anand got rich, rolled his stock into
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse, went broke.
That's Billy.
By
And
fall,
levered
we're
it
sitting
up.
here. Yeah. By fall, we're like, well, Anand's broke. Oh
Pan
my
Kettle
God.
is brought to you by Athletic Greens.
Oh my
What if I have a guitar in the fall pan capitalist?
Yeah, now available on Patreon. Please
We'll
donate.
get there. We'll get there.
Oh my God. By the way, did we talk about Tim's Bob Dylan cover?
No, I haven't even seen it
It was
yet.
great. He dedicated it to me, which I'm very thankful for. Thank
Wow.
you, Tim. And great job. And I think it was a fan favorite. And I think if you would have brought that out back when we were trying to find you a date, probably would have been headed in the right direction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
playing guitar can lead to
I feel
sexual
like
encounters.
Sexual encounters. You know what? Can't talking about
AOC.
AOC.
I don't know.
No
I don't
one's
know.
going to bone you
Gets
about
me.
talking about AOC.
But as a producer, a song that I produced dropped today.
Wow.
And
I saw you
everyone
post
should
that.
go stream it. It's called Our Love. It's by my friend Maso, and I'm one of the producers on it.
how much
Hour
of it
like
do you
hour.
own?
I own 30%.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good.
The pan capitalist
Good
learning.
capitalist. You fought for your percentage.
Did you get
notice you didn't just equally distribute that percentage to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of greedy of you.
You know?
Okay.
I'm also his manager, so.
There it is. Oh.
You are already. You're
Ever
the
since
next
that lunch,
Payola,
yeah.
Payola. It's all over it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, last but not least, let's talk about Paul Pierce.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Paul Pierce goes on, was he on Instagram doing this?
Instagram Live.
Instagram Live. Smoking a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Has a woman twerking behind him, scantily clad.
I think he identified them as strippers.
Identify them as strippers. Fair. Living his life, and he has now been fired by ESPN. And quick sidebar, I also saw that Dave Portnoy already tweeted him and said, "Reach out to me." But Paul Pierce,
I think this was completely staged.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you think
I
he was
agree
getting
with that.
fired anyway? Type of thing?
No, I think he has another opportunity, which appears to be Barstool, because they're like doing these subtle tweets with each other.
If that's the case, they're brilliant. I mean, I already think they're brilliant. But
And because think about it, if Paul Pierce, I don't know what his contract, let's assume he has a 3-year contract, whatever it is, it's probably in the 7-figure range.
Yep.
Because he's on their like top tier NBA show.
Is that on TNT?
No, on
Oh,
ESPN.
okay.
The Mouse.
Okay.
ESPN's owned by the Mouse.
wow,
Mouse
yeah.
loves-
Dude, the mouse does not like strippers.
Yes.
No.
And
Well, probably behind closed doors.
if you think about it from a financial standpoint, if you leave, you just resign on Monday and say, I'm going to Barstool.
Yeah.
You don't get any of the money for the next 2 years. Let's assume he has 2 years left on his deal. I have no idea. I'm making this up. But
Yeah.
there's some time left on his deal.
Yeah.
You go get fired, they have to buy you out. They have to write a check.
And you have the best marketing ever. If that is true,
And then you already have the other opportunity lined up.
Yeah.
So I think he played checkers with Disney
Yeah.
and the mouse got fooled.
If he, I mean, if he's,
I mean, I hope. I can only hope.
I'm curious to see if he has like a non-compete or how it all plays out. If he's like, is he doing the NBA playoffs from Barstool desk?
Yeah, he's probably going to be on like a gambling show with Dave for the playoffs. Playoffs are coming up.
Well, what's really interesting
And like so two clues why I think it was staged. A, in this era, if you do that,
you're gonna get fired.
there's repercussions.
He's
Paul
a
Pierce-
little like nuts though. Like, right? I mean, he's a little like,
Yeah, but
not like actually crazy, but like, fuck it. I don't know, whatever. I hope you're right. I'm going to keep going with your story because I like it way better.
Yeah.
So you know that's going to happen. So you think he did that on purpose knowing
He'll get
this
fired.
will get me fired.
Yes. Because he tweeted like smiling after like within minutes of being fired.
But if you have the balls to smile in the face of the mouse, to do that and then be so like smiling about it, you're ballsy.
and I mean, here's the thing that,
But don't you think Portnoy would have helped stage this?
For sure.
and here,
But even if, let me just, sorry,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead,
You've
go
been,
ahead,
my one thing is, even if it's not staged to that degree, still seeing this happen and then Barstool publicly instantly reaching out is genius. Even if that's all that happened.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the big interesting dilemma, which will be for a lot of companies and businesses going forward, is that, they have all these like morality clauses in your contracts, especially as public figures,
Especially
And-
with the mouse.
with the mouse.
Heavy on
And
the morality.
Barstool has broken all those rules, right?
Yep.
Where it doesn't matter because their audience is okay with it. So it's almost an unfair advantage. Let's just take sports media or just media that targets 25 to 40-year-old males. It's unfair advantage because there's nothing. What can you do to get fired from Barstool?
Yeah.
What would you have to commit murder?
I also think that this may be crazy, but Paul Pierce being fired, it being a fireable offense for him to be with strippers smoking weed.
It's great.
Well, what I'm saying is that's an outdated,
Yeah.
that's good for your show, ESPN.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate to say it.
No, you're right.
But he
in
should.
the era where OnlyFans is the biggest platform.
Yeah. I mean, Bad Baby just made $1 million on OnlyFans. She's 12.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize when I saw that headline, I read the article. It said that she had just turned 18 years old.
A week ago.
And her first day of being 18, she goes on OnlyFans.
Made
Was
$1 million.
And she was nude, I assume.
I don't know. I don't even want to ask around.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
just
too-
stay away from that.
It's too close, man. I can't even.
But the fact that, I mean, that's just the market we live in, right? It's just public now that it's happening.
Yeah.
And so Barstool stands to be the place to capture what people actually want out of their media. Because if Barstool reports news, let's say they get in the news business and they get, some like, low level person out of
Portnoy, we're available.
Yeah, we can spice it up. We
Yeah.
can smoke some blunts.
Yeah. What do we just need 3 strippers here?
Is that it?
But when you think about the opportunity that a Barstool has, is that here's the reality. Companies have convinced themselves they actually care, but the people don't.
I know. That's the truth.
That's completely true because I'm as big of a sports fan as it gets. ESPN to me is unwatchable. All of their shows.
Yeah.
It's just not good content. Like the show Paul Pierce was on. Like I have nothing against Paul Pierce. It was terrible.
But there's just no life to it, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You need strippers and blunts every now and then.
Yes.
And I get it. There is a line where even Barstool would fire someone over morality, but I think the morality line has just dramatically moved and they're not with the time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying here whether it's right or wrong, but
forget like morality. What's legal? Strippers are legal.
And weed is legal.
And
blunts
weed
are
is legal.
Let the guy live. What did he do?
What did he do wrong?
They think that the family at home won't. No, the family.
They're not watching you anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're watching Dave Portnoy hoping to get a loan for their small business.
Yes.
And if you think about the ratings on these ESPN shows that he's on, it's like 400,000, 300,000 viewers.
So I'll give you an example.
Like no one's watching the mouse. Mouse, wake up.
Wait, Mouse gotta wake up.
I did I was watching TV with my mom the other night, and we were watching on Amazon Prime. There's a stand-up Indian kind of contestant show called Comic Stan, and
Based in India.
Based in India. It's all in Hindi.
Okay.
So, anyways, we're watching it subtitles. I mean, this guy does a whole bit. This is in India about his dad sending dick pics. Okay, in India, or accidentally got a dick pic sent to him. This is in India, such a conservative place, and I'm sitting there watching with my mom, and I'm curious. I don't say anything. I don't gauge.
Yeah,
she's laughing. She thinks it's funny, and that's who the mouse thinks they're offending.
Yeah, we gotta loosen up.
Yeah,
because what did he have? He had alcohol, strippers, weed, all legal.
All legal. They weren't naked, right?
No.
Especially in a time like a pandemic to employ others.
This is a mistake. I would say this is a strategic mistake on behalf of ESPN.
And Paul Pierce made out. He got his bag from ESPN. He's going to get his bag from Portnoy. Yeah. Good for you, Paul Pierce. Early winner of the week.
I'm not a Paul Pierce fan.
No, I hate the Celtics.
Yeah.
Hey, you recognize
but he's
the
from
winner
LA.
when you see one.
He's from Inglewood.
Yeah, Inglewood.
So good for the LA guys.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up with As Seen on Social. What have you guys seen on social media in the last week that everyone needs to know about?
I just got told this by your boy Stimmy.
Okay.
Zach Bia walked out of a party with Addison Rae.
Saw it. It was all over
It was
all over the TikTok. Like TikTok has all these
TikTok shade
gossip
room
pages. Yeah, like TikTok shade room.
Whose
and stuff.
party was this?
I think it was Sunday Jazz Night.
Oh, at Delilah.
Yeah. Look. For the sake of truth, I think he was just walking around to her car. He's just being a good host, I think.
That's one way to get a lot of popularity.
But
to walk Addison Rae to her car in front of paparazzi.
It doesn't matter for the sake of his stock, his bit clout.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
Had I got inside information on this before this came out, I would have fucking bought every dollar of that big clout.
Yeah. And look, I could be wrong, because obviously we'll find out. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe he was just walking her out to the car after Sunday Jazz Night.
But the insinuation is that they're dating.
Is that the insinuation in TikTok world, which is like the new world, is that
that's the new TMZ apparently.
It is, and the insinuation is she was at a secret party. It's crazy. She was at this party and she walked out with a guy, and that guy was Zachary Bia.
Wow. Yep. Blockbuster.
Congratulations, Zach.
Yeah.
Good for you, Zach. I mean, we donned her as the queen.
And then
he's the king. And we donned him as a king months ago. So it's only right.
King Bia walks out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anand, what about you?
As seen on social, Forbes has a great article on the revenge of the Winklevi and how much money they've made in all their various crypto investments, separate from obviously the billions they own in coins.
Yep.
How far are they away from Zuck?
Far.
I think
Zuck's like 100 billion.
I think that we're probably already teetering on the edge, but I think in like 2 years, the Winklevi are like finally revered. Cooler and more
Have you seen those guys? They're not cool.
looked at it in a more positive way
nerds.
than.
I think they're cool, man. I think they're in St.
But
Bart's. They're at the right places.
I know, but that's
They're
you're super in that world. So to you, they're super cool. I think that the perspective of the Winklevi is really great, and Zuckerberg's is at an all-time low in like 2 years.
How long till Zach ushers in the Winklevi to Delilah?
He probably wouldn't even post it.
Yeah.
He probably has done it.
Yeah.
No, he had the EBITDA chain. You know what crypto does? EBITDA.
Okay, he posted it. He probably has done it.
Yeah.
He's for sure hung out with the Winklevi.
Yeah.
But I just think they're moving. Like it's so. I feel happy seeing them get their shine.
Yeah.
And then while Zuckerberg becomes kind of more and more like not disliked.
Yeah.
Because the next movie is going to be amazing. Because the first movie, you kind of are like, were the Winklevi just complainers? Like,
They just look like jockey douches.
yeah.
Well, that's
And
how
the
they're portrayed.
second is going to be the revenge.
Yeah.
Where they like helped create this like massive
Yeah.
multi-trillion-dollar
But
industry.
it just blows my mind that even the fake Winklevi, the Army Hammer,
Yeah.
he took an L there too.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play them now?
Yeah, I know. That's the
They
real
did such a
problem.
good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is, I don't know if you guys saw this, maybe you talked about it on the episode I was out, but to me, pretty big news in the world of like cancel culture as well as like music and sort of like freedom of speech or silencing people, whatever, is that YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everyone band together and took off a YG song
I saw that.
called Meet the Flockers, which is about breaking into houses. And in the song, he talks about apparently this is like a known thing in the hood, is that in some Asian neighborhoods, some older Asian people don't believe in bank accounts. And so they stock a lot of cash.
Okay.
And so they would rob people in Asian neighborhoods because they knew that there was cash in the house, apparently. But anyway, the point is it started, I think, with a bunch of YouTube employees like writing in and saying, you need to take this down. This violates our terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. And then they took it down and they had to like take out some of the wording and re-upload it. But it's just a pretty big deal because if you really start to get in, at first YouTube fought back from their employees and said, no, this has artistic freedom, which is different. But if you really start to go in and analyze and try to cancel, like, let's just say rap music from YouTube, it's
over.
Nearly every song.
Yeah, that's a tough one because, I mean, if you just think about the rap we grew up on, I can't even imagine what the new rap's about.
Yeah, and it's through every generation, I think, that there's things. Because I don't think that, I don't know, I'd have to listen to the song again, I guess, but I don't think YG was being like racist towards Asian people. I think he was saying like there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Like meaning there's a lot of cash in these houses. There's an opportunity. I don't think he was saying like.
Yeah, I don't.
Asian
I
people.
actually don't agree with that removal because that is, you have to eliminate like a lot of art.
Yeah, it just feels like the slippery
Like,
slope
can
thing.
we not listen to Hit 'Em Up anymore?
Absolutely not.
No.
Ether.
Eminem.
Completely
All of
gone. They
Eminem.
tried. They
Yeah.
tried to cancel Eminem, like the TikTok generation. It was going all around Eminem. It just all around TikTok. It just didn't work.
Yeah, because he's GOAT status.
Yeah, but it's just interesting, man. It's a very interesting thing. I mean, there's even a lot of there's Rolling Stones songs or whatever talking about like underage girls and Elvis.
Yeah.
She's only 17.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Cancel.
But when
Elvis, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can talk about with Elvis that would get him canceled.
whoa,
Culture
Tim,
vulture.
pan-capitalist
Whoa.
over here.
I'm telling you.
Trying to cancel.
I'm just saying you
Elvis.
would cancel. Like, I don't know. I feel like on one hand, I kind of feel like the dude like fighting to keep the statues up.
Yeah.
Like, don't erase history. But like, it does feel like you could literally take down just about everything.
So I think
Yeah.
if you go down that path, what you're going to get is
Like if you
the
think about
versions of Barstool in every category.
Yeah.
Where there's going to be parlors and Barstools, and all you're going to do is just make people create their own universe where they're going to listen and say whatever the fuck they want.
because the vast overwhelming majority aren't offended by these things.
Yeah.
If you were to say you take 100% of the population
Yeah.
in the US, I would say 90% does not give a shit about cancel culture, about who's getting canceled and who's not. They just go about their lives. If they're interested in some music, they'll listen. If they're interested in a movie, they'll watch it.
Yeah.
But they don't give a shit if they're not interested in it.
Yeah.
I would say, would
That's
you say
the
that's
big thing. It's like-
90%?
Yes. 100%. Yeah, I would say it's 90%.
I can't remember the last time I was offended.
But the old ways,
Yeah.
if you're offended, you just personally don't listen to it. Remember all the videos? There's always the videos from back in the day. Like Eminem partially blew up because parents and schools and everyone were trying to
I loved
get rid
it.
of him, and they were
Yeah.
smashing his CDs and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like the label didn't drop him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's, I think, the dangerous thing is when people start making, but that's going to make people just want to listen to it more. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is why all those people blew up. But anyway, I think that is a bigger deal. That potentially is the start of a big issue in art,
Yeah.
you know?
And I mean, the Paul Pierce is the same thing.
Yeah.
And Paul Pierce didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I agree here. Okay, well, the bar stools are going to be the big winners. I think for the next, like, you know what? I think we have another year maybe of like the madness, and I think you're really going to see a rise of like the bar stool type, the well done safe havens for
Irreverent.
yeah.
It's not even irreverent. It's just honest conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's all we got.
All right, Satoshi.
Let's bring up Satoshi. What was the screen grab that I didn't get that Satoshi posted of you looking like all shocked or something? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you have a reaction to his?
He put that saying, I laughed when he brought up Hell's Angels and drama on the last
Oh, he
pod.
did?
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's really doing his research.
Yeah, that's good. Fuck you, Satoshi.
Today's shout out comes from the Pan Social Network. He says, hello. Hope you guys are doing well today. To everybody's astonishment, Drama missed the last episode. At least it was for a good cause. Congrats on the microchip. Again, I say congrats as if Drama is actually listening to this right now. He may very well be absent once again. He already stopped Short Story Long, and now he's golfing on the weekends too. Before you know it,
I didn't
he'll
even
quit group chat and have Brandon Cohen as a stand-in. However, as Dave Chappelle once said, Brandon has FU money while Drama has quiet please money. I don't know what's a step
fuck
above
off.
FU money, but Anand has that. Anyway, in the last episode, I put forth a challenge. If you, Christopher Dramatic Faffadoodle,
Bro, he is coming at you.
decide to bring back Short Story Long by or on July 4th, I will guarantee an identity reveal before the end of the summer, live in the pod. I'm doing it for the people. A lot of Kathys and
That's pretty
Satoshi
cool.
stands want a Kevion episode. I personally would like to see Anand as a guest, since he won't start his own pod. Well,
Well, things have changed,
Things have changed.
Satosh.
he says, regardless, you have time. Balls
July.
in your court.
July's my date.
July
July
4th.
4th.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got the ultimatum. Well, June 15th, open back up, so you can have people here.
You get people here now.
We can have people here now, okay, Gavin?
Yeah, Gavin
What
Pete.
was the May 15th or the April 15th date?
That was just opening up.
That's just like a bigger capacity?
April
Yeah.
15th is 50% indoor. I think that's this weekend almost.
Yeah. It's,
I felt like they could have done Coachella October.
yeah. You could.
They blew it on that, I think. I mean, who would have known? But
Yeah.
They could have done October, April, back
Yeah.
to back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's it.
That's all we got.
All right, Satosh, fuck you. I don't know why that one was directed at me. What did I do?
That's because you always
The
you
one
tend to
from
miss
yesterday
them.
was entirely directed. at me.
Yeah.
At me?
Yeah, and it was
So that was me
scathing.
too back to back? Sheesh, this guy.
Yeah. Who's this guy think he is?
Who's this guy think he is? Okay. What else do we got here? Nothing? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, that's it, man. Good stuff. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back on Thursday. Thank you guys for listening. Take care.
Go run your mile
Go run your fucking mile, okay?
and go to the range maybe.
And if you want to join the 1 mile for 1 month club, I'll be launching that.
On the golf course.
Mile a month.
Yeah, the goal is anytime in the month you run a total of 1 mile. So just jog to your car every time and you'll get it. Okay, see you later.